when you're gone. I don't think time carries on when you're gone. Sitting back with a drink in your hand, and she asked you to dance, and you do.
Yeah, come here. Or just hit your head against the mic. You gonna sniff the Google Doc in front of you?
Is this what you want?
I know, you're so needy. I know. Oh, thanks for showing me your tummy.
That's a good tummy.
Good morning, world. Since I graduated college in 2014, I have been dealing with eating disorder behavior. Oh my gosh. I have been really afraid to talk about this online because I hope it comes across that I strive to be thoughtful and careful regarding the content I discuss and how I discuss it. And ED issues just require extra thought and care, undoubtedly. Also, I'm not fully recovered. In tackling the subject while I'm still working through it makes me feel like a bit of an imposter, a phony, a hack, a self-righteous dinkledork, basically just a human who's really unqualified to preach, like a hypocrite. But here's the deal. If I wait until my words are perfect or I'm all better, I will never talk about this stuff on my channel. And I want to, because the way my eating disorder interacts with my dysphoria and trans identity is a huge source of my struggle. And it seems like a lot of trans people feel this way too, but no one is talking about it. I'd like to put the conversation on the table. Plus, I don't think I'll ever be fully recovered. Like ever. Although this last year has been one of the best years ever regarding the issue, so that's cool. Self-high five. I'm gonna go make coffee.
If I meet God, I'll tell him about you. If I meet the devil, I'll tell him too. If I meet no one at all, be there no rise and no fall, I will tell myself, and so will be there with Judas and Emmanuel.
I think I'm just going to be vulnerable and trust that you folks will point out if I do or say something that's not great.
You point it out? You tell me I'll be problematic?
If I'm problematic, just do that.
You're a good girl.
Right off the bat, I know that I don't want to romanticize eating disorders. I don't want to talk about the specifics of any of my unhealthy behaviors because I don't want anyone to get ideas. That can really happen when you talk about this stuff. I don't want to do that. I also don't want to body shame anyone, including myself. You're a good body. You take me places and help me do things. If something does come out of my mouth, though, that is unintentionally icky, I'm sorry. Let me know, and I will do my best to note it and not do the thing in the future. The reason this is on my mind is because I'm going to therapy today, and we talk a lot about this there. It's great. Achoo! Gesundheit. Thank you. I don't think you understand how many pets I have. Really? Really? There are so many animals. As my top surgery date approaches, it actually increases my urge to eat or not eat in unhealthy ways. It's weird, but my therapist thinks it makes total sense, and he has a theory for why. He poses that I don't want to feel rejected by society. True. Can confirm. I don't want that. Many of us work to be loved and or admired by others. Top surgery makes me anxious because I'm doing something that society is not into. And I'm afraid that afterwards people will think I'm like a freak. To counteract this, I'm trying to become appealing to society in another way by being thin and fit. Spoiler, you're actually not that fit if you have an eating disorder, so my logic is flawed. Are you pushing me? Your feet are probably so dirty and I kissed them. Yucky. It's super messed up, but an insecure part of my psyche feels like it will lessen the blow of being seen as an outcast by society if I can look at the world and say, hey, you think I'm a freak, but at least I'm a sexy freak. That's messed up, isn't it? Yep, I know. I'm working through some stuff. On the inside, though, I don't feel sexy at all when I'm ruled by this train of thought. I feel miserable and exhausted and mentally drained and empty. So, clearly, it isn't working for me. Again, eating disorders aren't cute. They're just eating disorders. I'm not like relatably tortured, I'm just tired. Coffee's gone. I'm gonna go take a shower or a walk or something.
Shake my head and lay back down. Need to stop trying and make each day last longer than a day. I'll wear a watch that doesn't work 'cause I'm scared of watching time clicking away. Lately, the whole world seems real and it's a little too much for me. 'Cause every passing real thing makes it harder to believe that I'll ever see you again. And I try not to think too much about how it will feel being away from you indefinitely. I can't take that kind of uncertainty.
I went swimming. So in therapy, we try to unpack where that defense mechanism I mentioned earlier comes from, kind of why I developed it in the first place, and how it served me in the past. This helps me understand myself more and find healthier ways to cope. I know that not everyone can afford or gain access to therapy, so I want to tell you about BetterHelp, which is this video's sponsor. But first I have to hop in the shower. I smell like chlorine. BetterHelp is an affordable and convenient way to receive counseling from home. This means you can be in bed or in PJs or have just hopped out of the shower when you get therapy. How cool! It's legit too. They provide professional licensed therapists for only $35 to $70 a week, which is significantly lower than traditional therapy, which usually ranges from $150 to $300 a session. And what's even more rad is financial assistance is available for those who can't afford it.
I tried to give myself a bruise the other day.
They also take matching with the right therapist very seriously, which is dope. You put tons of info into your profile, perhaps including if you're non-binary. That's an option. Also, you can request an LGBT plus professional and switch at any time if you and your person aren't vibing. I've used BetterHelp before. I dig it. I like that you can talk as much as you want through emails, messages, phone calls, etc. And yeah, I have to get dressed now. It's time. Time to put on clothes. Schwa!
'Cause bruises don't leave scars, but I got those anyway. I smoked another cigarette after 2 months of not.
I'll put BetterHelp's site in the description, and if you're feeling any of the ways I've been feeling, dysphoric, ugly-ish, rejected, alone-ish, afraid of being alone, then you should definitely click the link and check them out. Processing these feelings with someone else is super helpful. Also, I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. I'm super happy that BetterHelp asked to partner up with me because I have been putting off this video for so long, like so long, years long. I've recorded it and deleted it and recorded it and deleted it about 100 times. In January, I even recorded a collab about this topic with the wonderful Erin and Sweeney. What has your experience been with eating disorders? And I never posted it because I was scared. Aaron posted his video. You should totally go check it out. It's about gender euphoria. It's great. And then I had to WhatsApp him and be like, I'm so sorry, Aaron. I'm just not ready. Please don't hate me, please. But now, I don't know. When BetterHelp approached me, something just felt right. It felt like this is the time. You should talk about it, especially because all your feelings are so bubbly right now. You should do it. Just start talking about it because it's so important to you and you want to talk about it. This is cool because now I can link y'all. Now I'm not just talking about it. Now I'm also linking y'all to a resource that could be helpful if you can relate. I'm also gonna link a lot of other resources below. The problem with some of the resources that I find, none of them are geared like specifically towards trans people, and like a lot of the reasons that trans trans people have issues with weight are like trans specific. So sometimes treatment unintentionally geared towards cis folk, it's just not helpful for me. Those aren't the feels I'm feeling. That's one of the reasons that I do really like therapy, because I get to make it all about me. So yeah.
Mom's home. Mom's home. Mom's home. Mom's home. Mom's home on lunch. Mom's home.
Mom's working from home for the rest of the day.
Mom's working from home for the rest of the day. Mom home for the rest of the day is the best surprise ever. I love when Mom's home for the rest of the day. It's the best surprise ever. I love when Mom's home for the rest of the day. It's the best surprise ever. I love when Mom's home for the rest of the day. It's the best surprise ever.
You're squeezing my head with your feet.
No, you are.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
You are a goofy goober.
I know.
I think today in therapy, I'm going to talk about my fear of gaining weight during top surgery recovery and how ashamed I am for holding that fear. It makes me feel fatphobic and transphobic and hypocritical, and clearly illustrates some internalized beliefs about under what conditions I feel worthy/desirable. Only when I'm skinny and pandering to the world's expectations of me. I am very embarrassed that I care about my weight. How unfeminist of me, right? I don't know. Maybe. But that's how it feels. Guy walking a duck. I won't fall, thank you! Hello! Oh, I'm okay. And I truly believe that all kinds of bodies are beautiful, attractive, desirable, healthy, etc. Except when it comes to my own. All of that rings true for me, except when it's about me. I hold myself to an unrealistic, destructive standard. It's not cute. Mostly when I go to therapy, I end up talking less about my fear of gaining weight and more about how horrible I feel for caring in the first place. It's fun. Okay, time to go to therapy. I'm glad Dog Guy was nice.
People say that life's a game. Well, if it is, then I cannot compete. And passers-by will state the time of day. Well, what is day to me?
Yay, I'm in downtown Minneapolis about to go to therapy. See you in 50 minutes. So that went well, I guess. I cried a lot. I always cry a lot though, so. Scott basically said to be patient and compassionate with myself. To understand that it's human to have ingrained problematic thoughts. Apparently, I'm not a horrible person. Easier said than internalized. Scott is also encouraging me to actively practice loving my body. Always. Especially when I feel least attractive. When that happens, I think I'm gonna find a mirror, make eye contact with myself, and say, hey body, you are a good body. Without you, I wouldn't be. Thank you for being my house. You are appreciated and loved and beautiful just as you are, exactly in this moment. My therapist and I also dove deep into when and where these problematic beliefs might have formed. That was terribly emotionally draining. The idea, however, is the better we understand where these ideas come from, the easier it will be to unpack, reframe, and deconstruct them. We have to, learn their origin story. I love therapy. It's so easy. No, it's not. It's really hard, but it's super helpful. 10 out of 10 would recommend it. I'll be going to therapy for the rest of my life. For sure. So, well, I hope you liked this. It's super fancy and edity because I'm trying to distract from, the things I'm saying. I'm really worried that y'all are gonna judge me for being weak or being a bad person or being vulnerable or whatever. There's 100,000 different reasons to judge me, and I'm really scared about that happening. So, my defense mechanism is, throwing flashy editing at you. Yep, that's all. People are coming. I have to go. Okay, bye.
Those hands, they pull me in the wrong direction. The wrong direction. My ego stifles